Captain Marcus Chen stood in the grand crystalline hall of the Zelvari mothership, his heart pounding against his ribcage like a war drum. The diplomatic mission to establish first contact with the insectoid Zelvari Empire had been meticulously planned for months, yet nothing could have prepared him for this moment. The Queen entered through towering bioluminescent doors, her chitinous form gleaming like polished obsidian under the ship's ethereal light. She stood nearly 8 feet tall, her forearms moving with a grace that defied her alien anatomy. Behind her walked her daughter, Princess Zixara, and Marcus felt the universe shift beneath his feet. Zixara was smaller than her mother, perhaps 6 feet in height, with deep purple carapace that shimmered with iridescent hues. Her large compound eyes held an intelligence and curiosity that transcended species. When she looked at Marcus, he saw something he never expected to find millions of light years from Earth: understanding. The Queen's antennae twitched, and her translator device crackled to life. "Captain Chen of Earth, we welcome you to our vessel." Marcus bowed, following protocol, but his eyes betrayed him, flickering back to Zixara. "Your Majesty, the honor is ours. Humanity extends its gratitude for your willingness to meet." The Queen's massive head tilted, her antennae sweeping forward in a gesture Marcus's xenobiology briefings hadn't covered. A low, thrumming sound emanated from her thorax, something between a hum and a purr that made the translators momentarily sputter. "Captain," the Queen said, her tone unreadable through the mechanical translation, "my people possess abilities your species has yet to develop. We sense pheromones, electromagnetic fields, thermal signatures. We read the unspoken languages of biology itself." Marcus swallowed hard, suddenly aware of every accelerated heartbeat, every microscopic bead of sweat forming on his palms. The Queen stepped closer, her presence overwhelming. "I know, Captain Chen. I know what you felt the moment my daughter entered this chamber." The human delegation behind Marcus stirred nervously. Commander Williams stepped forward. "Your Majesty, I assure you Captain Chen meant no disrespect." The Queen raised one clawed hand, silencing her. "Disrespect? No, Commander. I speak of something your species understands perhaps better than most. Recognition. Connection. What you call, in your limited chemical vocabulary, love at first sight." Marcus's face flushed crimson. His career, the mission, humanity's first impression on a galactic stage, all of it crumbling because his biology had betrayed his professionalism. But Zixara stepped forward, and when she spoke, her voice through the translator held a melodic quality that made Marcus's chest ache. "Mother, I also sensed it. The change in his thermal signature, the spike in his electromagnetic field, it mirrors my own." The Queen's antennae swept back, and what Marcus's instincts screamed was surprise, though her face remained inscrutable. "You felt it too?" the Queen asked her daughter. "Yes," Zixara replied simply. She turned to Marcus, and he found himself drowning in those multifaceted eyes. "Is this what your poets write about? This recognition of another soul?" Marcus found his voice, though it came out rougher than he intended. "Yes, Your Highness, though I never imagined it could cross the boundaries of species, of evolution itself." The Queen circled them both, her massive form moving with predatory grace. "The Zelvari have encountered 47 intelligent species in our expansion across the stars, Captain. We have studied your kind for months through your broadcasts, your digital footprints, your art. Humans are unique in the intensity of your emotional connections. You form bonds that defy logic, that drive you to impossible acts of courage and sacrifice." She paused before Marcus, her 3-part mandibles clicking thoughtfully. "We Zelvari are not so different, though we express it differently. We bond for life. We die for our hive, for our queen, for those we claim as ours. But we had never considered that such a bond could form across the void between species." "What happens now?" Marcus asked, knowing his question carried implications far beyond diplomacy. The Queen's antennae swept in what Marcus had learned was the Zelvari equivalent of a smile. "Now, Captain Chen, you prove whether humanity's reputation for defying impossibility is earned. My daughter is not merely a princess, she is a scientist, an explorer, a warrior. She is destined to lead expeditions to the far reaches of our empire. If you claim to feel this connection, you must prove yourself worthy of it." Zixara's clawed hand reached out, hovering in the space between them. My people believe that true bonds reveal themselves in challenge, not comfort. Will you walk this path, Marcus Chen, knowing it will be unlike anything your species has attempted? Marcus looked at that offered hand. So alien, so impossible, so right. He thought of his training, his career trajectory, the comfortable life awaiting him on Earth. Then he looked into Zixara's eyes and saw his future reflected in 1,000 crystalline facets. He took her hand, feeling the cool smoothness of her exoskeleton against his warm skin. On Earth we have a saying, the heart wants what it wants. For the first time, I understand what it means completely. The Queen's thrumming sound filled the chamber again, and this time Marcus recognized it. Approval, perhaps even affection. Then humanity has earned more than an alliance today, Captain. You have earned a place in the Zelvari Chronicles. You have earned a chance. As the human delegation erupted in whispered chaos behind him, and as Zixara's grip tightened on his hand, Marcus Chen smiled. Humanity had always excelled at the impossible. And if loving across the stars was humanity's next frontier, then he would be the first to prove it could be done. The Queen watched them both, her ancient eyes gleaming with something that transcended species, hope. Welcome to the family, Marcus Chen of Earth, she said. Now let us see if your species' stubbornness is as legendary as we've heard.